Sunrise is currently at 8:30 and sunset is just before 4 p.m. where I live. With a little less than 2 weeks until the shortest day of the year, I have been finding ways to embrace the cold and darkness of the winter season and everything that it has to offer. I have still been taking daily walks with my dog, getting fresh air and as much vitamin D as I can. Finding ways to keep my spirits up, to rest and recharge is very important this time of year. For me, that involves spending time with my loved ones, holiday music, movies, baking, crafting and decorating, cooking hearty and healthy meals, staying warm and cozy, and making time to reflect on the past year and start planning for the upcoming one. For the past few years, I've been experimenting with different methods of creating a year-end review and recap. It's sort of like a Spotify Wrapped, but for my life and the moments that defined my year. And while Spotify Wrapped is made to be shared and was all over my social media feeds for a little while, this is something just for myself. It's very convenient that apps like Spotify and Duolingo do all the work of preparing and presenting these year-end reviews for us. But I find it a fun and rewarding activity to do for myself as well. For a while I've been experimenting with keeping various journals and lists throughout a year. One year, I tried keeping a list of every movie and TV show I watched and book and screenplay I read, like the lists that Steven Soderbergh shares online every year. But I found the list turned out to be too extensive and impractical for me, as I was not that interested in looking back at every single piece of media content that I had consumed. However, as I am constantly trying to make more time to read, I have been sticking to my yearly lists of books and screenplays that I have read. Being able to add titles to these lists always gives me a little hit of dopamine and acts as a reward. But the yearly list that I find to be the most valuable for me is one that I initially called my accomplishments list. Then I tried calling it a new things list, but neither one really seemed inclusive enough to encapsulate what I hope to capture and look back on with these lists. So this year, I have called it my Notable Things 2023 list, which includes goals I achieved, places I visited, jobs I quit and have started, items I crossed off my bucket list, activities I tried for the first time, memorable experiences, and really just anything that jumps out at me as being noteworthy from the past year. Now, there's a good chance you haven't been keeping an ongoing list this year like I have, but don't worry. There have been years where I just took some time in December to review the year in my mind, or using aids such as a calendar or photo album, and writing them down. This short exercise reminds me of just how much has happened in my life this past year. When I've been at home and haven't left my small rural community or done anything particularly new or exciting for a little while, it's easy to start feeling stagnant and like every day is the same with little progress or novelty. And creating this list helps put slumps and rest periods into perspective for me. I wanted to share this with you today because it has been one of the only lasting elements of my end-of-year routine, and it's something that you can really personalize and make your own. You can make it as extensive as you'd like, and record anything that feels important and meaningful to you. It can take anywhere from 5 minutes to a couple of hours if you want to indulge your nostalgia and take a deep dive through your photos. There's a lovely quote I've seen floating around online that goes, "There is nothing on earth that blooms all year long. Nature isn't created to do that, and neither are you." It's a reminder of a concept that I have shared on my channel before, that the seasons are reflected in our own lives. So it makes sense that your summer routine can, and in many cases should, differ from your winter routine. The growth and change in nature happens so slowly that it's almost imperceptible to the naked eye, and neither constant nor linear. Growth and change in our own lives isn't constant or linear either. During the cold, dark winter months, plants become dormant and their internal processes slow down, and as a result, they stop growing. Some winters are longer and harsher than others, and maybe you are going through a winter season in your life right now, where you are conserving your energy and resting so that you can grow and thrive in the new year. As I polish off my Notable Things 2023 list, I am reminded that life is a big adventure. Thank you for joining me on mine, and I'll see you soon.